Who here has ever heard of the game KAMIKO? Well, if you haven't, then that's quite alright. I had never heard of the game either. But fast forward to present day, and I could say without a doubt, KAMIKO is a game you should definitely consider buying. Now, what's so special about it, you may ask? Well, sit back, my dear viewers, as I tell you all that the game entails. But before we begin, I want to give a big shout out to Kitty Cat Cupcake for bringing up KAMIKO in a conversation and striking curiosity in me, resulting in me searching it up, watching the trailer, and ultimately buying the game. What I'm trying to say here is that this video wouldn't have been possible without you, so thanks. KAMIKO is an indie game made by the company Skipmore and published by Fly High Works. It originally released on the Switch about a month after the console's launch back in 2017, but now you can pick it up on the PS4 or even on Steam too. The game has you take the role of one of 3 different Shrine Maidens, each with a unique weapon, but the story is the same no matter which character you pick. It revolves around saving the world from demons trying to take over the world. You know, the typical stuff. To do that, you must venture through each level to find 4 gates, break their seals, and fight a boss afterwards. There are 4 levels in total, so this is a relatively short game, but in no way does that mean it's not enjoyable, because it most certainly is. Let's run down the 3 playable characters, shall we? First up, we have Yamato the Water Maiden, who wields the Blade of Kusanagi. If you enjoy getting up close and slashing away at enemies like in Zelda, then you'll enjoy her. I myself gain a lot of satisfaction using Yamato. She even has a special spin attack that's good for killing big crowds of creatures. She's definitely my favorite of the 3. Uzume is the Grass Maiden who uses the Magatama of Yasukuni. Wait, what's Magatama? Well, according to a quick internet search, Magatamas are Japanese beads with a curved shape that's reminiscent of kama signs. They were common jewels in the ancient times of Japan, particularly in the range of 1000 BC to the 6th century AD. So there's your history lesson for today, folks. So Uzume uses these Magatamas as arrowheads, since she's very skilled at archery. Interesting concept, but I'm not really a big fan of her playstyle. Shooting the arrows requires precision, and while she can do a follow-up shot of 2 arrows then 3, it just doesn't feel right to me. My main gripe with her is that she has to stand still while shooting the arrows. Maybe if she could move around and shoot the arrows at the same time, she would be a much better character to use than she already is. Sorry to say, but Uzume, you're my least favorite of the 3 maidens. Last but not least, we have Hinome the Fire Maiden. She uses the Mirror of Yata, or just a shield really. She throws it like a boomerang similar to other shield using characters like Captain America, Shield Knight, and even Steven Universe. Also, you could follow up the shield toss with 2 swings of her dagger. Overall, she's pretty decent to use. I put her in the middle as she is easier to control than Uzume, but not as satisfying as Yamato. But I will say, cutting through the grass with her shield tossing is nice. When it comes to gameplay, it's very action oriented, and there's also some puzzle solving thrown in for good measure. The controls are simple, A for attacking and B for dashing. And while dashing isn't necessary save for a couple of sections, it's still fun to do, especially with Yamato since she attacks head on with her sword. Enemies will mostly spawn in groups, and taking them out will reward you with mana that is added to your mana meter. There's also a combo system that has its own meter. As long as you kill enemies before that meter runs out, then it adds to your combo. The higher the combo, the more mana you receive. You can use the mana to open treasure chests that contain keys or upgrades, use your special attacks, and most importantly, to break the seals of the 4 gates in order to reach the boss. And if you don't have mana, that's okay. You could just pay whatever amount you have, and then come back with whatever amount is due. The boss fights are nothing too crazy. Once you get to know their movements, they're pretty simple. They all have these red orbs that act as their weak points. The only thing I find slightly annoying about them are the enemies that spawn. Also, they kinda give off Zelda vibes in my opinion. The first one looks like a guardian from Breath of the Wild that got compacted into a cube. The second one reminds me of the Moldorm boss fight from Link to the Past, but maybe less annoying and actually more interesting. The soundtrack, despite being short since the game is also short, is very nice. Anything that's chiptune is always a joy to listen to. The Sunken Relics, the Scorching Labyrinth, and the boss theme Fight to the Death are some of the highlights for me. The graphics are real pleasing to look at, as most classic 8-bit and arcade games are. The art style very much reminds me of another indie title, Cave Story, mainly the pixelated artwork of the characters. Which, by the way, I've never played Cave Story and I need to. I have several friends who enjoy it and it's been a bit overdue for me. Maybe a Let's Play or a future review, maybe? There's not much else to say about KAMIKO, except get it! Yes, it's a quick game, but I assure you, you'll have a good time, and it has good replay value. Whether it's for the thrill of taking out hordes of enemies, trying out all 3 maidens, or even speed running, the game will keep track of how long it takes to get through each level, and then adds the total at the end. So if you're a speedrunner out there, go crazy with this game! And the game is only $4.99, which is a good deal. I, for one, actually got it on sale 60% off in the eShop, so it ended up being $1.99 for me. Last but not least, there's a third option on the title screen menu that's locked. In order to get it, there are 4 secret items found in each level. You find them by pressing A on certain walls, and they even fully restore your health and mana. Find them all and beat the game with all 3 maidens, and you unlock... Sound test. Okay, I'll admit, not the best choice for an unlockable feature, but because of how good the music is, I'll let it slide. So what are y'all waiting for? Give KAMIKO a shot. It's a short but underrated gem, or in this case, a Magatama, and I guarantee, if you play this game once, you'll come back for it time and time again. Until next time, this is Beneficial Gamer, signing off.